Well, that's UConn's head basketball coach. He's been there forever. He's also the guy that recruited, and that's where Diana Taurasi played college basketball. Representation to describe these people: CDS, Clark derangement syndrome, or Caitlin derangement syndrome.
Geno Auriemma just took a jab at Caitlin Clark, and WNBA fans are going wild. The legendary UConn coach labeled Clark supporters as out of touch with reality.
And so now we're following Clark's career in, and there's something, I guess, wrong with her fans.
Elite skills that are going to really help her.
Yeah,
but she needs to be on a better. She needs to be on a better team, and she needs to be more experienced.
But is he actually right, or is there more going on here than it seems? The thing is, Auriemma didn't hold back. He openly claimed that Clark was set up to fail from the start.
Why?
Because of all the hype surrounding her entry into the WNBA. You might be asking yourself, is this just sour grapes, or does he actually have a point? But hold on, there's more. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
These comments are starting to pop back up. SI brought them up. Nonetheless, a couple of months ago, they were talking about Caitlin Clark, and now...
This isn't just about Clark. It's about the entire WNBA. Auriemma's comments have ignited a firestorm. Fans are furious, players are speaking out, and the league is buzzing with tension. Is Clark's reputation at stake? Absolutely. And the WNBA itself is caught in the middle. So, is Clark really headed for failure, or could this be the beginning of something much bigger? Stay tuned as we explore whether the rookie sensation can prove Auriemma wrong and make a lasting impact on the league. Caitlin Clark's debut in the WNBA hit like a meteor. Fans were thrilled, the media was electric, and expectations skyrocketed. But not everyone was convinced by the hype, including Geno Auriemma, the legendary UConn coach.
Geno Auriemma's old comments about Caitlin Clark's WNBA rookie year look silly now. And we'll get to this stuff that he talked about, but he slammed Caitlin Clark fans.
Auriemma didn't hold back when discussing Clark's jump to the pros. He bluntly claimed she was set up to fail from the start, largely due to the overwhelming expectations placed on her by fans. But he didn't stop there. Auriemma also criticized Clark's physical readiness, suggesting she might not be prepared for the WNBA's intense style of play. He even questioned whether she could handle the pressures of fame and the league's toughness. You might wonder if he's just being a hater, but the reality is that the WNBA is a completely different beast compared to college basketball, and Clark discovered that very quickly.
The fans coming in to watch her had never watched basketball. Had I watched the WNBA? Hell no.
Let's take a look at Clark's first few games. It hasn't been easy. Her new team, the Indiana Fever, started the season 2-9, a rough start for any rookie, especially one coming in with Clark's level of hype. And things got even tougher after that incident with Chindy Carter, who fouled Clark so hard it became the talk of the league. It served as a stark reminder of just how physical the WNBA can be. Clark herself admitted she felt hammered by the league's intensity, and that's no exaggeration. But it's not just the physicality. The pressure on Clark is immense. Every move, every shot, pass, and mistake is scrutinized and amplified. That's exactly what Auriemma warned about. The hype machine has put a massive target on her back, and every player seems eager to challenge her. You might be asking yourself, can Clark handle all of this? That's a fair question, especially given the leap from college to the pro level. The jump to the WNBA is never easy. Just ask Diana Taurasi. She warned that Clark was in for a rude awakening in the pros, and let's be honest, Taurasi knows a thing or two about thriving in the league. So, is Auriemma right? Is Clark really set up to fail? At first glance, it's starting to look that way. The slow start, the physicality, the intense pressure, it all adds up. But here's the twist. Despite these challenges, Clark isn't backing down. She's taking the hits, learning from her mistakes, and pushing forward. That kind of determination could turn everything around. In fact, this early adversity might be exactly what she needs to prove herself. Think about it. If Clark can overcome these initial struggles, just imagine how strong she'll become. Every doubting player, every skeptical fan, every critic who said she couldn't make it They'll all have to eat their words. And that's a story worth watching, but hold on, this just got even more intense. Geno Auriemma's comments about Caitlin Clark didn't just ruffle feathers, they sparked a full-blown firestorm. Now, the legendary coach is under pressure. WNBA fans aren't just upset, they're questioning his motives. Why would he go after Clark like that? Some argue it's sour grapes. Remember, Auriemma didn't recruit Clark for UConn, and now she's dominating headlines while he's on the sidelines. A coincidence? Maybe not. But there's more to this than just Auriemma versus Clark. This controversy has shined a light on the WNBA itself, bias, jealousy, and some serious double standards. When a player like Clark enters the league with massive hype, it's not just fans who get excited. The media goes wild, sponsors line up, and suddenly there's a new face of the league. But not everyone is thrilled about it. Some players and coaches might be feeling a little green with envy. As Auriemma pointed out, some say the WNBA is too physical for Clark, but is that really the heart of the issue? Or is there something deeper at play? Are we witnessing a clash between old school and new school, between those who've paid their dues and the newcomers getting all the attention? Let's break it down. The WNBA has been fighting for respect and recognition for years. Players have worked tirelessly, often earning far less money and attention than their male counterparts. Then Clark arrives, fresh out of college, with a massive following and lucrative sponsorship deals. It's easy to see why some might feel a little envious. When Auriemma says Clark was set up to fail, is he really talking about her? Or is he critiquing the system as a whole? This isn't just about one player or one coach. It's about the growing pains of a league trying to find its footing. The WNBA is at a crossroads. Rising stars like Clark are bringing in new fans and media buzz, but there are also veteran players who've been grinding for years and feel overshadowed. So, is Auriemma right about the league's physicality? Sure, the WNBA is tough, but is that really the core of his criticism? Or is he highlighting the unspoken tensions simmering within the league? The bigger picture is that this controversy is exposing deeper issues in women's basketball. The gap between college and pro play, the uneven media attention, and even generational divides. But you know what? Maybe this is exactly what the WNBA needs. A bit of controversy, a touch of drama, and lots of people talking about women's basketball. Because ultimately, that's how the league will grow. So, where does this leave us? A rookie carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, a legendary coach who stirred up a hornet's nest, and a league grappling with its own identity crisis. Talk about drama. Remember when everyone thought Caitlin Clark was in over her head? Well, buckle up because this story just took a wild turn. Clark isn't just surviving in the WNBA, she's thriving, and her critics are starting to look pretty foolish. Let's rewind a bit. Her start in the league wasn't exactly smooth. The Indiana Fever were struggling, and Clark was feeling the pressure. The pressure was intense, but something shifted. Maybe Clark found her rhythm, or maybe the doubters just fueled her fire. Whatever it was, she turned things around. Want to talk about a comeback? Clark has been on fire lately. The Fever have won 4 of their last 5 games, a complete turnaround from their rocky start, and leading the charge is none other than Caitlin Clark. Now, you might be thinking, sure, the team's winning, but is Clark really performing at a high level? Absolutely. Her numbers are catching the attention of the entire league. We won't give everything away just yet, but let's just say Clark's stats have people already whispering MVP. But the big question remains, is this enough to silence her critics? Remember, we're not just talking about any critic here. We're talking about Geno Auriemma, one of the most respected coaches in women's basketball. He claimed Clark was set up to fail and couldn't handle the league's physicality. So the million-dollar question, has Clark proven him wrong? Let's look at the facts. Clark isn't just playing well, she's dominating. As a rookie, she's already breaking records and leading the league in assists per game. That's impressive for any player in the WNBA, let alone a rookie. And remember all the concerns about her adjusting to the pro game? Well, those worries seem misplaced. Here's where it gets even more remarkable. Clark isn't just posting solid stats, she's now in the MVP conversation. That's right, a rookie tied for second in MVP odds. If that doesn't silence the critics, what will? Let's take a closer look at those numbers. Clark is averaging 17.3 points, 8.3 assists, and 5.8 rebounds per game. Pause for a moment. These aren't just good numbers, they're elite. She's not only scoring but elevating her teammates' play, and those rebounds show she isn't afraid to battle in the paint, despite Auriemma's doubts about her physicality. Some might say it's still early in the season and wonder if she can sustain this level. That's fair, but Clark has already proven she can adapt and overcome. She learned from her early struggles and came back stronger, showing not just talent, but serious mental toughness. So where does this leave us? We have a rookie not only meeting expectations but exceeding them, a player once deemed destined to fail now leading her team to success, and a league buzzing with excitement over what Clark might do next.